What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. We've got a new build series here. I know what you're thinking. This thing's a piece of trash. Kind of is. It wasn't a lot of money. Paid $200 for this 1996-ish Craftsman LT1000. 19.5 horse Briggs & Stratton on this bad boy. I've been using it in the woods and obviously plow the driveway. But I want to lift this thing and swap the drive pulley. Now I still want this operational, so that's going to be the big thing. Before I get into details, roll the intro. Alright, so lifting this thing up won't be a big deal. Maybe more so on the rear, but it's already got 20-inch tires on it. I don't really think I need more clearance in the rear. I do battle it in the woods in the front though. So what's cool about these is, I mean, you can use some U-channel here and raise it up with these 4 bolts. That's after my plow bracket is off of here. Or you can just use only 2 bolts and move this thing down about 1.5 inches, and then all of a sudden you got 1.5 inches more clearance in the front. Minus the axle, obviously. So that will be kind of the easy part, but I got to lift this thing up and undo the drive pulley because it's stacked. I want to be able to use the mower deck on this as well. So I'm going to probably have to cut the drive pulley off, weld a new one on there. The drive pulley in the back for the gearbox is already super small, so I don't really want to mess with that anymore. And I'm not looking to get a whole ton of speed out of this, just more. So that's probably what I'm gonna do. So let's flip this bad boy up and see what we got underneath of it. Got the plow off the front, and then I tipped this bad boy up over on a 5-gallon pail, so we'll see how long it takes to crush that or flip it out for it to fall on its face. Side. There you go. Alright, so this is what we're looking at. And, you know, I said the drive pulley, it's not... It can go smaller. This doesn't look like something that's just easy to take out and, you know, deal with all that crap. This double stacked pulley. So we'll take this bolt off of here and this whole thing will come out. Then I'll be able to kind of cut it off. Idler pulley, the tension pulley, that's an idler pulley. This tension pulley is going to be in the way though, of much bigger. So I'm going to have to, if I make that bigger, I'm gonna have to drop the size of that tensioner pulley, which isn't a big deal either, but I'm just looking at this going, holy crap, how do I keep the lawnmower functionality and cut that? I don't see how I'm gonna be able to get in here and cut in here. I'm gonna have to, it's gonna be down here, so I don't know. I gotta look at this. But yeah, right now I'll pull the pulley off. And this whole axle can move down too. If you fabricate a couple of plates back there, some thick 1/4-inch steel plates, you can definitely lower that axle down and lift this thing a little bit more. Yeah, that would all work. Just kind of like the same thing up here that we're doing. And I actually might do that. I might just toss a plate on there. But whatever, I don't care right now. Right now I'm gonna try and figure this out. Alright, so I got the pulley off, and it seems that there is a seam at the top pulley where the top pulley meets this spacer here. You can plainly see it right there. And then you can on the inside as well before I sprayed it full of penetrating oil. But I'm going to see if I can separate these two. If not, I'll take this down to the hardware store. Actually, even if I can, I'll take this down to the hardware store and see if I can't find something with the same shaft diameter, and I'm gonna measure this to see how big I can actually get before I leave, without really messing with the idler pulley, because I don't really want to. But first, see if I can get this separated. All right, well, the pulley separation didn't work, but while I'm waiting to go to the store here, what I did was took the top bolts out for the axle and then the bracket for the plow, and then the bottom bolts, and then I lifted each side up and then just put the 2 in here. This will just be temporary, but it's gonna lift it about 1.5 inches, maybe 1 3/4 inches in the front. But ultimately I'm gonna put a plate in here and then weld it, so then I'll have 4 anchor points. And then, oh yeah. It's definitely way higher in the front now. That looks good. So I'm gonna run to the store, see if I can't get a replacement pulley for just the top, and go from there. All right, y'all, it is the next day and I got some stuff. All right, so starting with right here, this is a 4.5-inch pulley. If you measure this one, it looks like it's about, maybe, it's not even 3-inch. Anyway, 4.5-inch, that should make up a decent amount. It is a 1-inch bore, and I'm not gonna be using these set screws. Now, one thing with this one is that the keyway is built in inside of that. So, now you need a key. So I made sure to get some keys. The bolt here for the engine shaft is 7/16 20. That was fun trying to find them. Little Hardwares didn't have them, but I went to Menards and they actually had them. I got 2 different links, depending on what I need. 7/16 washers, lock washers, fender washers, because we got to cover this thing when we put it on. And like I said yesterday, I got it lifted up a little bit in the front. So now I'm going to tip this thing over and we're going to retrofit this, and hopefully we don't need a new belt. Should be enough tension play there. It's not like a huge difference, but we'll see. I'm going to get this thing tipped over. Not tipped over, but tipped up. Almost over? Not really over. Is it? I don't know. Let's do it. Don't laugh at me. It's harder than it looks. There. Just gotta rest it on a 5-gallon pail and hope it don't go nowhere. Let's just mock this thing up there just to make sure it's the correct bore and everything. And it is. So, I knew that this keeper would need to have to come off. And should just be, yeah, one little bolt right there. So I'll take that bad boy off. I'll mock everything up, show it to you. All right, so until you do this, you don't really know. So I got the guard off of there. No big deal there. The only thing is, you know, obviously the space between the bottom of the mower and the whole shaft, there's no stopper or anything, right? So I slid this guy on upside down and it looks pretty lined up. I like that, and it's flush here. Yeah, and so set screws. Put the set screws in there, the keyway. I tightened up both set screws, so hopefully this won't walk. I don't think it would, but anyway, I don't know. I've never done this before. I'm sharing this with you guys. Put the belt on, and there's some play, but the parking brake is on. It's not in gear. So I'm gonna flip this thing over, take the parking brake off, go up underneath of it, and check from there. But this bracket that was held on, that is a 14 millimeter, and I had to turn the wheels. I had to flip this back on its all fours. And kick the wheels all the way to the left. And what that did is it made this bolt accessible. And then I took it out, took the bracket out, put the bolt back in, tightened her up. She's good to go. So, let's kick this bad boy back over. Check the tension on it. Yeah, see. And it's gonna fall on my tools. But hey, it's okay. They're Craftsman. All right, what am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. All right, parking brake off. Ooh, tension looks good. I like it. So now I'm gonna fire this beast up, let her warm up, see what happens. You can see right there where I lifted it too. So I'm gonna put a bracket on the inside. I like that. Yeah, yep, that's gonna work. But anyway, not right now. Probably should check the oil. I mean, it was kicked over on its side, but oh yeah. I definitely need to, probably, I'm not gonna, it's okay. It's okay, right? So, it needs some oil. But it needs an oil change, let's be fair. Kind of looks like, yeah, it needs an oil change. Whatever. Took the parking brake off. I'm an idiot. All right, here we go. Good thing I don't have the seat hot wired. It would have done taking off on me. right, I gotta figure that out because it's still trying to take off on me. So, might need a bigger belt or a better brake. Something, I don't know. Let me get back to it. All right, guys, that was a blast. So, okay. So the belt is still a little bit tight. Probably could go with the next size bigger belt, but it's okay for me. Everything's good under there. And then what I did here, I didn't mess with the the batteries. Oh dear. I'm gonna have to watch that. Yeah, I'll straighten that out. I'm gonna have to get a battery tied on for this because it's gonna be dangerous. Yeah, so anyway, there is a throttle adjustment right here. I tightened it down just a little. And you can test this by turning up the throttle all the way. I didn't mess with the governor or anything. But I did that. Clean the air filter. I'm gonna figure out how to tie this battery down in a second before I start doing wheelies again, but then I'll show you that. All right, I got me a ratchet strap. Got her all nice and bundled up now. So check this out. Now that was fun. And that's just beginning. I mean, if you mess with the throttle a little bit more, but you don't want it running that high, that many RPMs. You're just gonna detonate the crap out of that little engine. And that's a good 19.5 horse BS on there. So that's video 1. I don't know what the heck video 2 is gonna be, but maybe lifting it a little bit more, trying to figure out how to do it in the rear. I really want to mess with that pulley on the back. So maybe I'll just pull the whole rear end out of it and see what happens. But I don't know, this thing's kind of fun. Oh yeah, I took the tire chains off just so I could get it to do a wheelie, because with the tire chains it was just skipping over them. But yeah, anyway, all the parts for this, for the pulley, all that stuff came from Tractor Supply except for the 7/16 20 bolt and washers and stuff. Those came from Menards, just because I couldn't find them anywhere else. But yeah, pulley was a little pricey. It was 30 bucks. I didn't really realize they were that pricey. I most likely am going to try and figure out how to make the deck operational on this thing too, like I wanted to. So I'll probably pick up a 4.5-inch pulley off of eBay, or source it somewhere else where it ain't 30 bucks. With a 1-inch bore, that way I can take the stock fella right here and then chop it off somewhere and hopefully make it good. Even if I have to buy more tubing and just kind of start over, I really want to utilize that. So I'm gonna look for that next. I don't think I can fit a 5-inch under there. I don't think there's quite enough room. If I can fit a 5-inch, well, I probably could fit a 5-inch pulley. Gonna have to switch belts though. There's just too much tension on that bad boy then, which is fine. Yeah, maybe I will. I don't know. See if I get bored. All right, guys. Hopefully this video helped you guys out. Hopefully this tractor is so much fun for 200 bucks is all I paid for it. Hopefully you guys enjoy this content. We'll find out, and that'll determine if I make more content with this. Maybe buy another one, do a different build. You can get these cheap on Marketplace, just cheap. I can't believe it. I mean, 500 bucks will get you a brand new one almost. But anyway, like I said, 200 bucks for this guy. I'm keeping my eye out for more, just to have fun with them. But anyway, till we meet again, guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Later.